In this episode of Uncovering Oklahoma, we get a tour of a cooperative grocery store in the Paseo Arts District. Then we travel to Norman to taste some authentic Chinese noodles. Next, we visit a food truck that travels all over the state with the mission to change cattle country one vegan meal at a time. Finally, we see the new Artful Inlet murals in downtown Norman. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future Oklahoma adventures.
Hello, I'm Angela Renee Chase, co-owner and operator of Flora Bodega and Paseo Farmers Market. Welcome to our store. Alongside running the online store, we now have a physical store and we have a lot of dry goods. With these products, many are local obviously still, but we've also pulled in a lot of products that are BIPOC, indigenous, ethical, sustainable. So like with our spices that we're fleshing out, this is from Asheville, and so we found some wholesalers that their specialty is in the products that we're looking for. The more local products. We also get orders in from indigenous products. This is from California, and they have nuts, but they try to maintain sustainable agriculture. And then everybody's favorite, Chris Delaterre. This is made in Oklahoma City, so we move a lot of this and try to maintain his specialty flavors and keep some of the classics. This is expanded for Chris and other pasta makers, like Tall Girl. We actually have more fresh pasta. Pretty yummy. Delaterre. So we have your pasta sauce, spaghetti. We have a lot of ground meats to make various types of meatballs, beef, lamb. You can mix in pork, bison. I don't know. It's been pretty cool expanding out in the diversity of similar products.
Hi, my name is Jenna Moore, and I am one of the owner-operators of the Paseo Farmers Market and Flora Bodega, this grocery store. And I'm the online market manager, but just wanted to show you some of the products that we carry in the store on our refrigerated walk-in over here. So we have a ton of different eggs from a bunch of different producers, duck eggs, regular eggs, every size you might want to find. Different styles of yogurt, both flavored from Amelia's or just like the standard from Wagon Creek. A lot of different kinds of milk, goat milk, cream, buttermilk, 3 different varieties of butter, a bunch of tortillas, and then for your dairy needs, all the cheeses. We have a bunch of goat cheeses, cheeses from Lavera's, cheeses from various producers, cheese curds from Red Ridge, a lot of different types of cheese, and pecans as well, which we just keep in the fridge to extend their shelf life. And then produce is something that's very central to all of us that work here. That's why we got into it. So getting local fresh produce from all the different farmers around here we take a lot of pride in that. We're just finishing up kind of the greens season, about to move into spring, but have a bunch of different microgreens, beets, cilantro, herbs, mushrooms, a ton of different lettuces, kale. A&H has been bringing a bunch of stuff, Cedar Springs Farm, Highway 9, and then also have reached out to some producers in the Tulsa area who do some pickling, Dale and Daughter. So we have a lot of their different mustards and hot sauces and different pickled items, which they pickle a bunch of produce, and have been partnering with a farm in California to offer the things that we can't grow here, Rincon, and they have a bunch of different passion fruit, lemons, limes, avocados, things like that. Just got strawberries too, so we're very excited. Those were picked from Growing Pains earlier today, and we hope to have those in stock as long as we can manage it. So that's kind of a tour of what we have in store.
Hello, my name is Megan Cisco. I'm an owner-operator of Flora Bodega and Paseo Farmers Market. My title is Marketing and Community Outreach Director, so I get to partner with local organizations to host various donation drives, like our current drive for the Homeless Alliance, where we're collecting adult-sized jeans and sneakers and work boots for our community members that are currently unsheltered. I'm also a farmer as my profession outside of this organization. So one of my favorite parts of having our own space is being able to fill it with plants, starter garden plants, various house plants. Getting to partner with the Buffalo Seed Company has been really exciting for me. They're a company outside of Kansas, and their seeds are grown without any sort of irrigation, so they're all drought tolerant, which I think is very cool. So yeah, come in and see us sometime and grab some plants for your garden.
Thanks for visiting Flora Bodega, our worker-owned food cooperative in the Paseo. Come visit us in the store 6 days a week or shop online at the Paseo Farmers Market.
Noodle is Chinese traditional food. We eat noodle almost every day for every special date. It's different, I have to say. So because Lanzhou traditional noodle is our something like a culture we are eating, but a lot of American people, they are like the Taiwan hand-put noodles with beef, and it's the soup made with the juice, fresh juice, and really tastes good for customers. So that's one. If someone wants something with the soup, I will recommend this one. And the Xi'an chili oil, also good if someone likes something spicy. So we offered all the fresh noodle. We hand put it, and so it's never frozen. And we do not have any GMO for that, so all the fresh noodle. And the noodle with the fresh soup. The soup made by the bones of corn and some fresh juice with that. So, and other than that, we have some appetizer. For example, the steamed dumpling, fried dumpling, or some peanut and cucumber as appetizer for the customers. Watching the chief make the fresh noodle is quite cool. We are still new for Oklahoma, so far we run the business for 2 years. So we are really enjoying in the community here. We cannot make everybody love our food. Either we are try our best to prepare that, but we always prepared the best. I mean the fresh food and high quality food for our customers. That's what we can do. So magic noodle is hand-pulled noodle. It's all the noodle made by fresh flours. And our soup made by the fresh juice or corn bones is no GMO at all. And we try to provide the best quality food for the customers. And it's Taste of China, something like that, is our traditional food noodle for our customers. So we have the single one in Oklahoma, so made the hand-pulled noodle. So welcome to Magic Noodle. Thank you.
The Beetbox got started when Gwen and I met in college, and we did a class project on, we were both business majors. And we got started on doing a class project together about a restaurant business model. And I had just recently went vegan thanks to Gwen due to my mouse condition, median arcuate ligament syndrome condition, after having stomach surgery and things of that sort. But then ever since then, I kind of didn't want to give up the same type of food that I wanted to eat, which was, comfort food, chicken sandwiches, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, et cetera, et cetera. And Gwen and I set out to make those same type of meals, but vegan, so that the consumer can enjoy them. And then you can kind of talk about
after we started experimenting in the kitchen, well, that's when we came up with our pride and joy, which is our vegan chickless sandwich. We started selling it to like the football team and other kids on campus, and next thing we knew, there was a lot of people in line wrapped around our apartment to get some chicken, and no one knew it was vegan. We didn't tell anyone that it was vegan until they already ate it, and they couldn't believe it. So we knew we had to take it to the next level, and that's when we opened up the Beetbox. So our menu changes all the time, but one thing that's always on our menu is our vegan chickless sandwich. And then we rotate in specials almost every week.
We would like people to realize that even though Gwen and I are young, I'm 24, Gwen is 22, we take business very serious and we take pride in everything that we push out the window when it comes to look, presentation, taste, flavor. It's not just, even though you see a food truck, you think it's going to be sloppy, greasy food, but that's not what we do here. We really, in our opinion, are a 5-star restaurant just in a food truck model for right now.
Thank you, Uncovering Oklahoma, for taking a look at the Beetbox with us. We are a vegan food truck in Oklahoma, and we're always up to something new.
And yeah, we may be in a city near you. We're expanding very fast. We travel to Stillwater, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, even Edmond and Norman. So just check our social media and websites and for our updates.
So Artful Inlets has been a collaboration between Norman Arts Council and the City of Norman Stormwater Division.
I really love the marriage of public service announcement and art installation. I think it's just a really great program, and I think we get this non-standard means of communication with people. You know, you can put up a sign, you can put up a flyer, you can have a commercial, but you can also make a piece of art that hopefully beautifies an area while you're communicating a message.
Pretty amazing, all the things that sort of go into maintaining these. And so they had an idea, and I think that they've been doing this in, cities kind of everywhere, about decorating them and then people notice them.
Unlike artwork in a gallery, it's, people can interact with it like by walking on it and enjoying it while out taking their dog for a walk.
I'd want people to remember to think about the animals, and hopefully that will help them remember that there's a way that they can help the wildlife here.
I am a long-time resident of Norman, and I was excited about the chance to put some of my art out onto Main Street, and I'm also an environmentalist, and I liked the message, and it was just something I wanted to be a part of.
It helps to spread the message that we only want to put water in our drains and not trash and chemicals and things that are bad for us, because it's going to come back to your mouth. You're going to drink it. So, yeah.
So fun just being able to create this artwork with other artists around creating their own artwork at the same time.
I just like painting the town.
There's been a lot of people walking by with their dogs and people jogging and exercising, which is nice. It's a little quieter beside the train. Other than that, it's been really pleasant.
The Artful Inlets project has been an absolute joy to work on. The City of Norman employees have been great. I haven't needed anything. They've checked up on us a lot. It's really been a fantastic experience. They've taken very good care of the artists, and I'd say anyone who was considering applying, do it, you won't regret it.
So it's called the Message is the Medium. It's entirely made up of letters that spell out only rain down the drain, which is the theme of this series of Artful Inlets. And I thought that it would be interesting to just have something that you had to look at for a little while to see that it was actually saying something that you could maybe stare at for a minute.
My piece is conceptualized sort of as a sea monster in some water that has, trash studded within it. It has a 6-pack ring tied around its tail. And I was really inspired by the art in the margins of nautical maps. Map makers would use things like sea monsters and serpents to warn sailors away from dangerous waters. And I think that marries well with the slogan this year, which is only rain down the drain. We could, through our actions, pollute our water so that it's undrinkable. And in that way, I think it's sort of a modern monster that we have created.
The piece we're working on is the swimming pool, which are usually pretty clean. You might have a little bit of pee in them once in a while, but...
No, but we wanted to do something water-based.
Yep.
I feel like we wanted it to be a water piece. And then we started talking about, oh, it would be really cool to do kind of a 3D perspective, but not too complicated because we only have 2 days to do it. So, and we kind of wanted it a little bit whimsical. So we chose a goofy octopus with a hat and sunglasses.
Yeah,
to do that.
Something people can enjoy looking at.
Yeah, it's fun.
My piece shows 2 turtles, and they're having fun together because the water's clean. They're excited, swimming and playing together. I was inspired by this because I love animals, and a lot of times whenever I see the water, I think about the wildlife and wonder how they're doing, and it reminds me to make sure not litter and recycle and stuff like that.
The piece that we're working on now is just native Oklahoma wildflowers, and the text, "Only rain down the drain." We've got some primrose, some Indian blankets, and some asters. I'm glad for this chance to share my art with the public and present in a public place like this, and I hope it helps draw people's attention to clean water and how they can contribute, or at least not hurt.
The piece that I'm working on is kind of a mixture of my first year and my second year. So I'm doing a piece that's very bright and colorful like my first year, and then using the same kind of font that I used last year's. And the idea is the water is spiraling into the water like when water goes down the drain, and then the other half is like a rainbow, so when you're thinking of storm water and storms and rainbows.
Thank you for watching this episode of Uncovering Oklahoma. I also want to take a moment to thank my superstar supporters, Revolve Productions and the Keller-Kenton Family, as well as all of my supporters on Patreon. If you love what I'm doing, please join me on Patreon for bonus content and early access to new episodes. I'm already working on the next one, so be sure to subscribe for updates. Until next time, happy adventures.